over. It was never, ever over. You know, I'm gonna fix this. I shouldn't have given him the Tenseigan. That's kind of dumb. He's not even a Hyuga. So I'm just gonna say he got Hagoromo 6-pass Sage mode. So yeah, let's just say he defeated him in Hagoromo 6-pass Sage mode. And he didn't have to get the white skin. His skin just turns white for that. Actually, you know what? His skin color wouldn't change since Naruto's never did in 6-pass Sage mode. He would just have a white 6-pass Sage mode. So let's just get into this. So basically when Naruto, Sasuke, Christian, and Sakura are all just sitting down, hanging out, they instantly all get teleported somewhere else. They went to the My Hero Academia universe, but now they're going somewhere else. They fall in, but they all just land on their feet. Christian says, what's going on? Naruto says, I have no idea. Christian says, we're in a school. He says, Sasuke says, are we in that place like we were last time? Sakura says, no, I don't think we are. It seems much, much crappier. Also, we're outside. Then a figure with red hair and I think yellow eyes and pink hair with magenta hair and yellow streaks in it. Say, who are you guys? Christian says, I'm Christian Uzumaki and that's Naruto Uzumaki, that's Sasuke Uchiha and that's Sakura Haruno. Or apparently as Sakura used to call herself, Sakura Uchiha. She says, you know I've gotten over that. He goes, I don't think you have. She says, yeah, I didn't. He says, so you're just going to be called Sakura Haruno. I don't care. Then after that, Christian would easily, well actually, then the magenta hair, I'm just going to call her magenta hair until they introduce themselves. The magenta hair says, well, I'm Seraphina, and the boy next to me is Blake. Christian goes, hello. Now, what the hell are we doing here exactly? We just fell from a random portal. Seraphina says, okay, we'll take you to the headmaster's office. Christian says, okay. I usually think there's a principal, but I guess there's a headmaster. When they go up, they introduce themselves, and the headmaster says they can stay there for a couple of days until they find a way to leave. Christian says that he could easily teleport out, but for some reason his abilities aren't working. Seraphina says, abilities? Don't you mean ability? He says, no, I have abilities, not just one ability. I have multiple. Blake says, do you mind showing us? He says, sure. All of us have different things. Then they walk outside. Christian does fireball jutsu. And creates a giant fireball. He says, whoa! Christian snaps his fingers and it all turns into confetti. He says, so basically your power is to turn things into confetti? He says, no, I just do that because it's fun. That's how I get rid of stuff without destroying anything. He says that Sasuke has, let's just all show them one of our elements. I just showed you fire. Sasuke goes, Sasuke creates lightning style, aka Chidori. Naruto creates wind style, aka Rasen Shuriken. And Sakura doesn't have earth elements. Christian says, earth style, mud wall. And water style, raging wave. Blake says, doesn't she have an element? Christian says, not that we know of. She doesn't use it. All she does is use her monster strength and magical ninjutsu. He says, monster strength. Do you mind showing us? Christian says, sure. Sakura with the full force in her fist punches the ground, crushing the ground. Christian says, I'll fix it now. Earth style rebuild. Then rebuilds the land. All we have to do is build hand titans. Do you mind showing us your powers? He says, and shoots out an energy beam. Christian just puts out his finger and blocks it, saying, well, that's pretty cool. Then points it up to the sky. Then he warns them not to go near someone named the Joker. This guy has black hair and yellow eyes. Christian says, that's Cap. I don't care. I'm going near him all I want. He says, well, I'm saying this for your own good, because he beats the out of everyone there. He almost countered the headmaster's strongest attack, which is basically to put 20 forces of gravity on him. Christian says, we've been in a land for that long, and someone died for that long. I literally can turn into a giant nine-tailed fox. I'm pretty good. If I wanted to, I could turn into a 10-tailed beast that could destroy this entire city. I don't want to do that though. Then the Joker comes out and says, Blake, what are you doing here? And then he just yells, get out. Blake refuses. And then John goes to punch him. Christian just catches it saying, would you mind going? We're trying to show off our abilities here, and yeets him. Then he says, I have abilities that you can't copy, because I'm pretty sure you can only have one ability at a time. He goes, fire style, great fireball. And that just claps on him, knocking him back. He goes, he shoots his own. Christian says, you're stupid, you know that? Water style, raging wave. And that just defeats his and then hits him. He goes, he copies that one and goes, Christian says, earth style, mud wall. And blocks that attack and then reflects it right back at him. He goes, Christian reverses the mud instantly so we can't copy it. He says, so now you're stuck with fire and water. Then he appears behind him saying, lightning style, lightning palm, and blasts him back. He goes, then he copies it and uses lightning palm himself. Christian just uses his own, but it's a Chidori and blasts him back. He goes, Christian says, every attack you use doesn't matter if it's stronger than mine. I'll always outdo yours. He says, damn you! Christian catches the fist saying, chill dude, just game dude, chill dude, just game dude, and throws him back. He says in his head, then he calls everyone here and also calls Arlo, telling him that John might lose his spot if he keeps on fighting this guy. And that's good, because they want him to lose his spot. He goes, everyone is cheering for the other guy. John goes to attack them. Christian appears in front and says, Detroit, smash! And blasts him back with a wind blast. He goes, then everyone's worried because he just copied the attack. He goes for a wind blast. Christian says, earth style, mud wall. Then blocks it. Then John copies it, creates an earth fist, and punches Christian in the gut, but that doesn't do anything. He says, was that supposed to hurt? Then pulls his hand and activates 6-pass Sage mode. Then punches him so far back that he's knocked out instantly. And goes, boom! And you can't copy this ability. It's unique to only me. And John is knocked the fuck out. Christian says, let's go. Everyone goes, woohoo! He's lost his status! He's no longer king! Christian says, well, I guess I'm the king now? I don't know. Like, that wasn't even that hard. That was a little bit of my jutsu, but then John just gets right back up and goes to punch him. Christian turns off 6-pass Sage and just ducks under, grabs his leg, and trips him onto the ground. He goes with his head first into the ground. Christian says, let me show you what true power is. He spams hand sides going, water style, explosive bite of the water dragon, fire style, fireball jutsu, earth style, mud wall, water style, water dragon jutsu, twin dragon jutsu. Then he runs to the left and says, lightning style, snake lightning. Boom. Then he goes, wind style, theta, nekisa, and blasts him. From all angles, he's destroyed by the 5 elemental attack. That took up barely any chakra for him since he's got the 10 tails. He's got millions of chakra in him. He got millions amount of chakra. Billions amount. Christian says, that wasn't even a challenge. I've met stronger plants than you. John is just knocked the fuck out. Someone takes him to the nurse's office, and that's just how it goes. That my man just gets clapped. He doesn't even get a chance to fight. Like, honestly, I hope I die in a fire. I hope you got in a night. So, when John goes to the thing, he's like, John, who could have sent him to the office? He's the king of the school, and he's pretty much never lost a fight. It was Christian that brought him saying, really, buddy, I don't think that was... I thought this guy was supposed to be a challenge. He's not even a challenge. He says, what do you mean? I thought he was a challenge. Christian says, he's not that strong, dumb He says, don't waste your powers. If you can heal him, Sakura can. And Sakura's right behind him. He says, she doesn't have healing powers, though. Sakura says, really? I have more healing powers than anyone in this school. And just heals John. Christian puts a paper bomb under like, somewhere where he can't see it, maybe on the back, on his neck, so then if he ever attacks him, he'll just get exploded. Not even with water you can't take it off. When he walks away and John is instantly beating someone up, Kirsten says, oh, Johnny boy, you might want to leave him alone, or you might die. And I'm gonna win the fight with just pressing a button. He says, feel the back of your neck. He feels some paper on it and tries to rip it off, but it doesn't come off. He says, oh yeah, that's the power of actual good glue. So now it's stuck there, and if I press this one simple button, it will explode. He throws a paper bomb to the left and pulls out another remote and explodes that, and explode half the hall. He says, now do you believe me? John punches the kid, and Christian pulls off the explosion, knocking John the fuck out. And that's basically it for that, and that's basically it for the entire series, because I'm not doing this anymore, because I hate this.